Praetorian tie, 3V Vulcan's bladed sexiness predator. I don't know what to say. Billy posted a picture of this on Facebook yesterday. I guess you guys just gobbled it up. And why not? Holy smokes! I mean, if that's a sexy, dark, brooding 3V Vulcan blade with that not too blingy over the top poppin' colors on that matte bead blasted violet to bronze fade. I can't talk about it. I gotta set it down. I'm gonna go crazy. So sexy. Praetorian tie. And that, as well as the rest of these, are for Red Hill Tactical in Hagerstown, Maryland. Robert King. Robert King is preparing for a big grand opening of his new store that I don't want to talk about too much, but just to let you know, if you're in the Maryland area and you're planning something for May 1st, around that time, he's having a grand opening. He's going to have a lot of cool knives, and I'm sure he's got all kinds of stuff planned. So let's see some of the stuff that's headed his way that will be hopefully still available by then. You never know. I have two Praetorian T side by side, both S35VN Tonto blades. The first one here is PVD on the blade handle spring breaker. What's that? Oh, a little schmegma. All right, and a standard tumbled clip and stainless steel hardware. So kind of a tuxedo, and then a partial tuxedo. I guess we could call this an Arizona tuxedo. I don't know. Tumbled blade, stainless steel hardware, tumbled titanium clip, and NP3 breaker. This right here on the handle, I was looking at this earlier thinking it looks like a hologram. I mean, the way that the flaming pops, it kind of comes from underneath. It looks like it's three-dimensional, almost floating in there, ghost-like and cloud-like. So that's an Envolé S35 tumble blade, and the work on that handle just makes it sexy and unique. A Proxima Terminator style, one of my all-time favorite configurations. No, just kind of bare bones and manly, kind of like the man in my life. Bare bones and manly and no extra bells and whistles. Just is as it is. Praetorian Genesis T3V, PVD drop point, PVD handle and spring, tumble clip, NP3 breaker. So sometimes, you know, I like a PVD breaker on everything blacked out, and sometimes I like the NP3 to kind of pop a little bit. I guess it just kind of depends on if you want something to stand out or kind of blend in and mix in with the rest of the knife. I have 3 infractions here, 2 for sale, and 1 is Robert's personal knife. It's really subtle, and you know, I have to look twice at this to notice that he does have some laser artwork on the handle, because it just kind of blends right in there. It has his Red Hill Tactical RHT logo right next to our MKT logo, kind of ghosted in there. And then with the PVD breaker and clip and blade, it's kind of nice and subtle. 2 slim MIDI Marauders, one with tumbled in bronze and the other one tumbled PVD, blade handle and spring. This knife right here is just so easy to manipulate, move around, open, close, hold single-handedly. I mean, I don't have that much confidence with every single knife that we have, but the slim MIDI and the infraction for that matter are very easy to wield, hold, open, and move around. That's one of the reasons I really like those knives, because if you're like me and you don't have, your hands aren't too over, you know, super huge or manly or strong, it's nice to know that you can manipulate and do simple opening without doing any fancy, crazy openings, which I don't do. And then Robert has one of the coolest, sexiest color combinations of the Smooth Criminal I've seen to date. The crimson and black is so amazingly cool. That crimson just pops right off the handles. You know, this is such a lightweight knife, being aluminum, and then the colors and the price point on this, you just can't beat it, especially for a Medford knife. 2 Hund, one with tumbled and violet, and the other one tumbled a little more blue. So if you're wondering about the colors of our knives and how do they vary, it's very similar, but you can see the blue is very clear and the violet has some undertones of bronze in there, and that's why they commingle on the color spectrum when they're anodizing. Couple little swag items here. Our Don't Bring a Gun to a Knife Fight patch, one of my all-time favorites. The Praetorian there is so cool. All of the interesting little detail work. It's just a miniaturized Praetorian. It's cool. The whole patch is very cool. A couple of the Medford knife patches with the silhouette of the knife cut into it, and 2 of the chunky MKT logos, both in OD green and gray and black. That's it. I mean, that's all I got for you. Some badass, cool, sexy knives for Robert King at Red Hill Tactical. Keep watching. Don't stop it. Having you guys out there watching is half the battle. So thank you for doing it. Until the next time, I'm out.